Don't abandon yourself just to keep people there or just to have someone or for the business deal or for any kind of connection. Do not abandon yourself. This is why people leave you, and this is why there's a pattern of people walking away from you, because you've walked away from yourself. That was me. I had a pattern of lessening myself, decreasing, and I felt like my whole life's purpose was to make sure everybody was good, right? This was my pattern in my love life, in business, making sure everybody's church was great, everybody's ministry was good, that my partner, that all of their needs were met. In our kids, sometimes we put our kids first and we neglect ourselves and we walk away. And then our kids they grow up and they walk away and they, get with their friends and act like you never existed. But this happens, and I'm not talking about if your dad walked away from you when you were 2 years old because you abandoned yourself. I mean, you were 2. I'm talking about people that consciously and with consent allow people to take advantage of you, because that's what they're going to do. If you abandon yourself and you give your whole self to people and leave yourself out, they're going to ask you for more and they're going to demand more and they're going to want more because they know that you're going to give it. They know that there's not going to be any pushback because you've already abandoned yourself. This is when you're going to hear people say, I need to go find myself. I need to go do some soul searching and find myself. They need to go find themselves because they've lost themselves in a marriage. They've lost themselves in a business, in a friendship, in whatever. But here's the thing. You were always there, but you changed and created a whole new character just so you wouldn't feel alone or be alone or feel left out. You were always there. You've always been there. But because of your own fear of rejection, your own abandonment issues, you have chosen to put this person first, put this business first, put this church first, put your kids first, put everybody else first, just so you won't be by yourself, just so they won't feel some kind of way about you. You don't want to cause conflict. Passive. That's a kind of communication style. You're very passive, but that's also a form of abandoning yourself. And when you do this, you attract people that are going to help you recreate that, that's going to co-sign that and take advantage of it. And that's why you keep having people walk away from you, because you walked away from yourself. And don't get mad at them because they're treating you like you treat yourself. And if you have a call on your life, if you have a purpose, if there's something you're supposed to do on the earth, that's when the divine is going to step in. Spirit's going to step in and say, no, ma'am, no, sir. You have to go within and do some work, and will direct that person to leave you. They may not consciously know why they're leaving you or why they are walking away. It's just you repel them because you're not being your authentic self. And some of them can pick it up and they can sense it. And some, they're asleep. They don't get it. It's just they feel this need to leave you because spirit is getting involved to help you heal. The breakups tend to wake up, okay? And so when people walk away from you, now you're hurt, you're broken, and then you keep saying this out of your mouth. They always walk away from me. Nobody ever stays with me, because you're gone. You've left. They're not with anybody. You're not there. The real you is not there. And you also have to get to the point where you say, I'd rather be by myself, because you are somebody. So you're not really alone. And that's the problem. We abandon ourselves because we don't even like ourselves. And we have to get to the place where, I've said this before. I like myself now. I love myself. Everything about me. I like it. I love it. Everything. And once you get to that place, then you don't mind being by yourself because you're cool. You're cool people. I make myself laugh. Okay. I make myself feel good and I comfort myself. So if I have to be alone until I attract, and that's what's going to happen. Once you stop abandoning yourself, you're going to attract other people that don't abandon themselves. And once you come together, there's no pressure for me to have to do this for you or for you to have to do this for me. There's no pressure for me to have to please you. You get to, number one, be your authentic self. Both of you can be yourselves when you have gotten to that place where you stop walking away and neglecting yourself. You can be yourself, and there's no pressure for me to have to get you to do this. You need to do this. You need to do that. No, because I've already done that for myself, and I can already do it for myself. And check this out. When you walk away or abandon or neglect a baby or a child, just like you do yourself, you don't feed them. And I'm talking about you. You don't feed them. You don't take care of them. You don't comfort them. You don't nourish them. You don't give them affection. And eventually they could die. And some of you have just completely died. You don't even exist. You are a totally different avatar, a totally different character. You're nowhere near who you're supposed to be. And so it's a beautiful thing when you attract someone who's in that same place. It's such a beautiful thing because I'm putting myself first. They're putting their self first. And anything that we give to each other is just overflow. And this is just a side note. If somebody wants to walk away from you, let them walk. That's how you know you have gotten to this place. I guess this does kind of go with this. That's how you know you're there. If somebody says, I don't want to be with you anymore, this is not working for me, And yeah, it may be disappointing because you may have been feeling this situation and you liked it, or you liked the job and they're like, you're no longer needed here. Okay, I don't need you. I don't need you to be fulfilled. I don't need you to be in a relationship with me. I don't need you to be my friend. I don't need to work here. That's how you know you have totally, gotten to that place where I'm not abandoning myself. That's fine. If you want to leave, I'm still here. I still got me. You understand what I'm saying? And so if somebody wants to walk away from you, or, they're just not feeling you anymore, and you're begging and you're pleading and no, stay with me because, and we can do this and we can work it out, and they're just constantly begging and just and you're not feeling it, and you really just want to walk away yourself, then that person has work to do. That's how you know that person has work to do. And you could be that person, or maybe there's somebody that's attached to you that's like, no, I don't want to, not be your friend. And I'm talking about to the point where they go to a sunken place and they're depressed and they're manipulating you and they're trying to trick you to stay. They're abandoning themselves. We all have to get to this place where if you walk away from me, if you fire me, if you let me go, if you kick me out or whatever, okay. And if somebody wants to walk away and leave you, I will help you pack in a loving way. It's okay. I will help you. I'll help you find a place, whatever it takes, because I'm still here. I still have me. So if you're begging and pleading for somebody to stay with you, or they're begging and pleading for you to stay with them, somebody's abandoning themselves. Somebody's neglecting themselves. And somebody feels like, if that person walks away, I'm nothing. What do you mean? You're you. You exist. Cultivate that person. Don't neglect that baby. Feed that baby. Nourish that baby. Clothe that baby. Give that baby affection. And I'm here now, but I wasn't always in this place. I was the queen of, I'm here on the earth to serve others. I am here to give myself to others fully and to neglect myself. That's exactly how I was. There was no Dorian. Dorian who? No, I'm here to serve. Okay. That's just what I thought, especially with my Christian background. You're here to serve. And that's, that was a little debilitating for me. And I just took it, to the extreme. I was all in, you know what I'm saying? And she was all out. Anyways, if somebody shows me signs that they don't want to be with me and they just blatantly tell me I'm not feeling you, okay. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I don't like this. This is not working for me. I'm walking away until it's in alignment with me and what I desire and what I deserve. And I'm telling you, if you don't do this, if you don't go within and handle it yourself first, Spirit is going to step in, and what they call a tower moment is going to happen in your life where stuff just starts to fall apart because you've been warned. Warnings were coming, and what do you call it when they try to, it's a word. You didn't take heed. That's what I was trying to get to. You didn't take heed to all the nudges and the warnings that Spirit was always trying to give you, and help you to say, hey, you're not treating yourself right. That's why these people are not treating you right. And one thing you don't want to do is get stuck with someone in a marriage, in a business contract, in a friendship, when you're that version of yourself, the version that has neglected themselves. I did that when I got married, right? And then 7 years later, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to be who I truly am. Then I couldn't be with that person. I had to divorce that person. And I had to leave that job, or you had to, move. Just different things that you'll have to do once you wake up to who you truly are. But that's what's very concerning, is to get stuck with somebody in that version of yourself. Then you have to wake up and then bam, there's another tower moment. Dang it, this is not who I've been the whole time. This is not who I'm supposed to be. What? And most importantly, when you're not your true self and you neglect yourself, the world doesn't get to see who you truly are. They miss out on all your gifts and your talents because you're not there. You're not showing up. There is so much for you to offer. You, the true, authentic, genuine you. And if you keep walking away from yourself, people are going to continue to walk away from you. And if you don't feed, nourish, and take care of and give affection to the you that is calling out to you, you could eventually die. And of course, I don't mean physically, but maybe, who knows? I mean, the author in you could die. The architect in you could die. The singer in you could die. The one who's always encouraging people could die. And we will never, ever be able to experience that. And that's what you were put here to do. You weren't put here to serve others first. You have to take care of yourself first, and you have to put yourself first. People will say it's selfish. It's not. You have to show up for you first, because we've learned that you can't really depend on people. People are not going to always be there, but you will always be there.